Hello, this is JW Greenbaum, and I'm not bringing you Gaining an Edge today. I'm just bringing you a special episode of me talking and actually opening up a knife. So, there's actually a bit of a story behind this knife, and before I do anything else, please let me plug another channel, that being Ray over at North Star Knife Reviews. If you can get over to Ray's channel, well, please do so and subscribe. He is a great human being, and he is a good knife reviewer. Both things that I look for in a knife channel. So, with that being said, a little bit of background before I do anything. So, if you're familiar with me, you know that I participate in the traveling knives, which is to say, somebody will submit a knife and it'll, be passed around and used by a number of different guys. Usually it's kind of, it's something like Tom over at Knife Delights, RJ from RJ's Knives, Ray, of course, myself, Boston Blade Reviews has started to do those. Big J has also done those. Big Red EDC. We're starting to expand them, but also Eric over at Wasted Beer Money, even though he hasn't posted in a while, he seemed like a really good guy. I'm guessing, just something came up. But the point is that, yeah, I participated in two of these where the original owner of the knife was, in fact, Ray. Because even though the biggest provider of traveling knives so far has been Tom over at Knife Delights, Ray has been the second biggest provider. And two of those knives, one of them was a Kershaw Chill that I was really, really looking to find somebody to send to. And there were a couple of people that we thought we were going to send it to. By the way, if you don't have a Kershaw Chill, they're on sale right now for $19.95. You're not going to find a better deal. They're incredible buys for that much. Blade Steel's 8CR, but you know what? They're great designs. They've got a great action for what they are. You are absolutely going to win with that knife. It is going to be a great little knife. And I had that and a Grandway 5058, which unfortunately broke while I was using it. And by the way, if you want to go over the details of how it broke, because it broke in multiple ways, just go back to the Grandway traveling knife will travel no more. I believe that's the video that I did on it. And how the blade, which was, by the way, actually pretty good 440C, became all scratched up for some reason, and how the lock was starting to fail, and how the pack of wood on the handle scales was cracking or where all the pins were. But John from JO Ventures Outdoors, another guy who I absolutely would recommend you subscribe to, yeah, he made a beautiful belt sheath for it. And this is a belt sheath that you can use for any big back lock. You can use this for a Buck 110. You can use it for a Schrade LB7. You can use it for anything. And I really wanted Ray to have that sheath. I felt really bad because, see, what happened was my father passed away on November the 5th, and I was planning to kind of get it out around then, but obviously, yeah, sometimes life gets in the way. Sometimes someone's passing gets in the way. But I felt terrible. And as the months began to pass and it just became something where, it became further and further from my mind, I felt really guilty, especially about the Kershaw Chill, since that's such a great knife. And I know that Ray absolutely could appreciate that knife, love that knife. So I was like, this is ridiculous. I remembered something that my paternal grandmother once told me, which is the nicest thing you can do is be nice. And also, something that my mother told me, which was, if you have the means, by all means, do good with it. So I am a member of the Knife Joy Buyers Club. And one of the knives that was on sale this past month was the Spyderco Para 3 Knife Joy exclusive in CPM 20CV. They were blowing them out for $140, and I was absolutely going to get one. Then I'm like, since I know I'm finally going to be able to get to the post office, I know that Ray is going to be able to appreciate one of these knives too. So I bought a second one, and I figured, all right, which one of these two things has the better action? So I flipped one out. First one, it was a little bit stiff, but it broke in fine. That one is currently in my knife drawer. The other one that was just glassy, that one I sent to Ray. With the Kershaw Chill, with the Grandway 5058, and also with some hot sauce, because I get sent hot sauce on occasion with traveling knives as part of the extras. I have a really sensitive stomach, so forgive me, but yeah, there you go. I also sent him the hot sauce. So I know that Ray is carrying that knife and is very grateful for it. And today I got this in the mail, and I got this note. Hi JW, I wanted to thank you again for the very generous gift. I am not in a position to respond in kind, still digging out from COVID layoffs, and man, I can relate to that, because while I was not laid off, I was demoted during COVID, but wanted to send a token of my appreciation. Hope you like it. All the best, Ray. And the knife that Ray sent me, oh yes, I absolutely like it. For you see, no, this is not a Victorinox Tinker. You see, that's a sentimental favorite. Then there are Victorinoxes that are my favorites based on merit. And the Victorinox Excelsior is probably, I don't know, my single favorite Victorinox knife based on merit. So, in case you don't know, the Victorinox Excelsior is an equal end pen. It's knives like this that have basically displaced the Senator pattern. So we've got our main blade, which is a typical Victorinox main blade. Obviously, we can see, Victorinox Swiss-made stainless. Really a nice knife. And obviously, this is your usual Victorinox spear point main blade. Great walk and talk on it, by the way. And this little guy right here, which of course is our pen blade. So, yeah. By the way, if you want to do woodworking or sharpening your pencil, or have a good office EDC that is not going to set you back a ridiculous amount of money, this is a great carry. or would be ordinarily, because something very unfortunate happened to the Victorinox Excelsior. Namely, it got discontinued. I know. I'm ticked off too. Especially since I am a Victorinox Excelsior owner. So the knife that I go around recommending to people who maybe are a little bit less as far as knife people than I am, but absolutely want a really nice knife for, the office, and maybe they're interested in whittling with it, because you absolutely can whittle with one of these. They're good whittlers. Yeah, this, unfortunately, it's now you're relying on existing stocks. You're not relying on new production. Production, I believe, ended in early 2023, which really stinks. The good news is that to be so much in love with the Victorinox Excelsior, well, that means that I have another one. I had to fall in love with it somehow. So, I am currently trying to make up my mind as to whether to perhaps give it to someone else, as in someone locally. Not this one, because this one has a lot of sentimental value to it now. I am not going to do anything with this one other than use it, obviously. I mean, it was sent with the intent of using it, so there you go. But yeah, my existing one, I don't know. I'm going to either give it to someone locally, give it away, because I know I am approaching the 350 subscriber mark, and I might do a 350 subscriber giveaway. Although I was actually thinking of something else for that, but we'll see. Or, since this got started with a traveling knife, maybe I could use that knife as a traveling knife, as I carry this one with me as a companion and just a really awesome gentleman's knife. Really, this is the best gentleman's knife that you can buy for under $40. And I know some people are probably going to say, well, what about Rough Rider? Well, this is a Shadow Senator pattern. A senator is virtually, by definition, a gentleman's knife. Even if it's a shadow senator, which is to say that no, you don't have visible bolsters, it's still close enough. Equal end pens have always been gentlemen's knives. So there you go. I hold that opinion. I have held that opinion for a long time, and I am sticking with that opinion. This is a terrific gentleman's knife. It's also a terrific office knife. And let's say you are going to church and maybe you just want to help out on an arts and crafts project where, I don't know, it involves a little bit of whittling, but with, something very, very soft. Pine, something like that. Maybe even like Pack-a-Wood or something. Yeah, something like this, you are absolutely going to be able to get away with that with. And I wholeheartedly recommend one of these before they run out. So this is an awesome knife. I really am stoked about this. And I don't know. Do you folks with for my existing knife, not this one. This one's going nowhere, like I said, but for my existing one in my collection, my Victorinox Excelsior, do you want to see me give that to someone locally? Because yes, we do have folks around here who can appreciate knives, including a guy who whittled a wooden flute with a case mini trapper. I thought that was really impressive. Would you like to see me have it as a giveaway knife on this channel? Or would you like to see it as a traveling knife? I'd like to do something with it. Perhaps I could even gift it to someone else. John over at JO Ventures Outdoors, you who have made so many awesome slips for me. Do you have a Victorinox Excelsior? If you don't, I will give you mine. I mean, you did give me a pretty dang unbelievable slip that I've been using for more than a few slip joints of late. So there we are. And yeah, there we go. Again, in the words of my paternal grandmother, the nicest thing is to be nice. So this is J.W. Greenbaum and friend signing off and wishing you a great day.